pure excitement. I've skipped ahead to page 26 in chord tone soloing. I'm looking at root shapes. I'll try to show you the page. I know it doesn't show up really good. This is where a lot of people need to spend real time. If you really want to master your guitar, you have to know the root shapes. I talk about it a lot. But any way I can get the message out, I will try my best. So remember, we talked about the CAGED system, which let me just kind of give you a quick rundown. The CAGED system is based on the C chord shape, the A chord shape, the G chord shape, your favorite, and the E chord shape, and the D chord shape. Those were all C chords based on 5 chords shapes. The C, A, G, E, D. And you number them patterns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you can locate the root notes of those chords and shapes, you can really dig in and master, at least know where your notes are. I don't know about mastering the guitar, but you're gonna not be intimidated by any, E flat, B flat, any key you'll be able to play in. So let's just get right into the C notes. There's pattern 1, which is based on the C chord. That's how it works. You got your C down here, 3rd fret, 5th string, and C on the 2nd string, 1st fret. Again, found in the C chord. And you could connect them with a scale. That's kind of how it works. So if we move up to the pattern 2, the C notes will be here. Notice how they overlap. There will always be overlap between shapes. So that's the 3rd fret, 5th string again, and the 5th string, or 5th fret, 3rd string. Compare. And this would be based on this C major scale and this chord. Alright, let's go on to pattern 3, which is your G shape like this. Here you'll have 3 C notes. The overlap is the 3rd string, 5th fret. And these 2 new C's on the 8th fret on the 2 outer strings. And that they would be found in this chord here and this scale. Chord, scale, roots, arpeggios, we'll do it all. Just takes a little time, you'll get it. Alright, let's move up to pattern 4, which is going to overlap the 2 8th fret notes. 8th fret notes. Wow, what a tongue twister. So that's C, C, and 10th fret, 4th string. Which will sound like the one we just did, only we get, see how confusing it is? But this organizes, this fixes everything. So this would be based on the E-shaped or pattern 4 bar chord, and we would do this scale, which sounds like this one, and this one, and this one. That's how it works. And remember, there's 12 keys, so it can get a little bit involved. So you really have to kind of focus and stay with it here. Okay, let's do pattern 5, which the overlap is 4th string, 10th fret C, and there's only 2 in this one. Then we have 13th fret, 2nd string, the high C, which is like this one. So you can start to move from C to C and just have them down. If we did them all just for a little fun, oops, I missed it. and it keeps going. All right, let's do pattern 5. That's going to be based again on this shape. A D shape with this kind of nasty stretch down here. That's 10th fret, 4th string. You got a couple of 12s and a 13. But the roots is what we're mainly focused on. The chord just kind of frames the roots, or gives you a structure to build on. And what would our scale look like? Something like this. A little bit of shifting in there, which is no cause for alarm, but when you're explaining it, sometimes you can shift at different places. So, I mean, I kind of shift at different times, which I think I did a video on this recently on this exact topic. All right, so those are your C roots, and those are on page 26 on chord tone soloing. The next one are the Fs, like this. Maybe I'll just do it kind of quick. Here's pattern 4. And then we have pattern 5. A little bit of a stretch. And then we start over on pattern 1. Then pattern 2. And then we're at pattern 3. Everybody loves pattern 3. Then pattern 5. Holy smokes. This is outrageous. Did we just do? We just did 4. Wait, we missed 4. Which is like what we started on. And, you know, you'll see the overlap. 15th fret, 4th string. It gets a little small up here. Sometimes you just gotta get small, man. Cool. And then there's pattern 1 up here. Totally legit. I really wouldn't play that chord a lot. Singing around the campfire, strumming a little tiny F chord. Look at that little tiny chord. Really, there's room for one more. Pattern, what's that? Pattern, the A shape. Pattern 2, I'm getting good at this. So remember, there's 12 keys. The book wants you to write them all out. The author of our fabulous book. On a blank sheet of paper, use a ruler to draw 6-string, 24-fret horizontal fingerboard diagrams. Like the one above, placing 6 diagrams on the front and 6 on the back. Cool? On each diagram, draw the 5 patterns of root shapes. Move up by 1 fret each time. First, all the C's on the fretboard, then all the C sharps equal to D flat. Label accidental notes with both their possible names. Then all the D's, and then the D sharps, E flats, and so on until you finish drawing every instance of the note B on the guitar. What's B mean? B? Oh, okay, because you're going to start on C for the first one. C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B is your final one. Label each root shape and outline it as in the example above. this is good stuff. I think I will actually attempt to do that. Maybe in my art class tomorrow. That would be a good exercise. At least get the diagrams penciled out, and then I can maybe make blank pages for my students to fill in. I get to have all the fun, but I should leave it to them. I can at least show them what it looks like. But yeah, we're looking at patterns 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which really took me a long time to care enough to remember those numbers. Pattern 1 is C, pattern 2 is A, pattern 3 is G, pattern 4 is E, pattern 5 is D. I just didn't care, but now I do. It just took a little bit of time. So after this, we're going to look at major scales on page 27. So if you want to really know the guitar, I would highly recommend working this out. This could really make a big difference in how intimidated you are by the fretboard. So I don't know, I just grew up in a weird time where, if this is E, that's E flat. If that's D, that's D flat. We just knew that stuff. Kind of weird. I don't know why we did. But it was very handy. I don't know. We just kind of learned it ourselves with my little group of friends when we were like 14 and 15. All right. Story time is over. I better find something to do that's productive today. Got to teach lessons. That's good. But it's a beautiful day, so I'm going to get out and move around a little bit. I hope you can do the same. Take care. Thanks a lot.